Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 14 of the May Daily Draws. Let's see what message we get today, and I'll be taking the first card from the Druidcraft Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. And we'll go there. And do we have the Princess or the Page of Swords? So it's like a beginning stage, a discovery stage. It's maybe we need to do some research, learn some new information. If we have an idea that we want to pursue, we may need to explore it further. Maybe that's something that'll lead to researching it. Maybe in order to understand the possible potential of that idea, we may need to get some information to understand the idea a bit clearer. Gaining clarity, beginning to gain clarity, seeking out clarity and getting some message or information that will bring more clarity is also signified by this card. So what it is that we're taking our ideas, we're looking into them, we're exploring them, we're learning new information concerning them so that we can work out the potential that's there and how to unpack that potential with actions and other decisions that we need to make concerning that idea in order to make it a reality, if that's what we choose, if that's what the exploration brings about, a desire to bring it into reality. I mean, it could go the other way. The more we look into it, the more information we gather, we may decide that the idea that we've had may not be the best one after all, or it may not be the right time for that idea. Maybe there's too much involved and we can't be doing with that at the moment. We may need to shelve it for the future, possibly. But there's no way of telling, perhaps, how possible and what potential the idea has until we look into it more. So that's what the Princess or the Page of Swords is saying to us. The Page of Swords also, or the pages, can also bring messages. So we may receive some news, some information from somewhere else that's important, that will help us lead forward on our path and take us to where we want to be. So that could be what this is signifying. Whatever the case, learning how to bring things into our lives, create things in our lives, is a learning process. It's something that we don't necessarily get just like that. In a fraction of a second. Sometimes it takes study, it takes learning from experience, it takes gaining the knowledge that we need in order to put these plans into action. But when we do, though, we'll be glad that we did, because it will then help us and give us a clearer sense of what we're about and what the possibilities might actually be. So get ready to do some digging, to do some digging for information, exploring the nature of the idea that we have, being receptive to any communication or information that comes our way, and seeing how it relates to our present circumstances and how it can help move us forward. So always be ready to learn, to find new information, to receive new information, and to apply that information to our circumstances. That's what we need to be ready to do. And that's what the Princess or the Page of Swords is asking us and telling us, that this is what we need to be doing. We need to always recognize that we're always learning. We never know everything. And there's always something more that we could know. It's also an idea to start paying more attention to details with the information that we are getting. So, in summary, get the information you need, is what this card is saying. Get the information you need, gain the knowledge you need, gain the clarity from that we need to understand the potential of any idea that we have. That's the message of this card. Let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. We have the Earth Worship card. I think I've said before, I think this came out once before. The worship word there is, I don't connect with that word in the sense of worshipping nature or worshipping the world. We appreciate it, we connect with it, we value it, we cherish it. We don't worship it necessarily. That's just my personal opinion. If you don't have a problem with that, then that is fine, whatever works for you. But that's not the important thing. Quibbling over that word, that's not the important thing here. This talks about worshipping Mother Nature, connecting to the world around us. And I think it's that connecting. It's that connecting to the natural world in whatever way that we can. She's holding a crystal here. Sometimes some people hold crystals that, they believe there's energy in those crystals and it links them to the earth because they came from the earth. We have the trees here, we have the birds, we have the butterfly, we have the bee here, all parts of the living nature that we are part of too. We're part of this world, and we are a fellow living creature. And one way that we can connect is to go into nature, or do something natural. Gardening. I'm not a gardener. I don't. I'm the issues around that I won't go into. I'm not a gardener, but I do know that those people that do, sometimes it connects them to, because they're working with the soil, they're working with the earth, they're with plants, with the nature, and that's how they can connect with it. You don't have to be doing that. You could go for a walk if you've got woods on nearby. And if the weather permits, you can go walking amongst the trees and look at the wildlife. Just listening to the birds singing, the dawn chorus can also tie you into the life of the earth. And that connects us to that creative energy. And also, because of that, sometimes we can relax and become one with nature in that way. Sometimes that brings clarity of mind. Sometimes when you've got a lot going on, you go for a walk in nature and it relaxes your mind, and it lifts some of that busyness in your mind and brings the clarity that you need. So that's a possibility to when we're thinking over and we're exploring the potential of ideas. Connecting with nature, connecting with the world around us can help with that. The key thing is to get to know and discover the nature of the idea and its potential, and gain any information that we can in order to be able to move it forward. Okay, that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 15. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.